Happy Tuesday. Give everybody a second to get on here, making sure my frame. I wish just once, and I know I complain about it every single week, the preview that I saw in the phone was actually what I saw when I hit go. Wouldn't that be nice? Can everybody see me? Can everybody hear me? I always got to do that check because I never know if I bumped something or didn't do something or did something I wasn't supposed to. So I always want to check in and make sure that everything is working the way it's supposed to be working. My ad appears to have been completed, so we're good to go now. I am all set. Great. I can be seen. I can be heard. Hello. Happy New Year, my friends. Happy New Year. We're in 2021. Can you believe it? We got there. We made it, and I am so excited. It's just, I know that like nothing is different. Like nothing is different. The world is the same as it was on December 31st, but there's just something refreshing about it, at least to me. So I'm thrilled to be here in 2021. Happy day. Let's see who all is here. I saw the gang is mostly here, which I really enjoy seeing. Cindy's here, Lissa's here, Susan's here, Lindsay's here, and Marie is here. I love it. I love it. And Cindy asked, what are we talking about tonight? That is completely and entirely up to you. I want to open the floor for questions because I don't know how many new people, as if on cue, Lisa, thank you. I was just about to say, I got a lot of new followers thanks to my iTrack Bites Instagram story takeover yesterday, and I don't know how many of the new followers are going to transfer over to here. So I'm opening it up to Q&A. I got a lot of great questions on the iTrack Bites takeover yesterday, so whatever it is you guys want to talk about, I am here for you to talk with, and I'm so excited. So bring me your questions. Give me all the questions. I'm seeing other people. Fleur is here. Where are you at with your weight? We're jumping right in here. I am currently in maintenance, and I have officially picked a date to do my cut. I am going to, and you guys will be the first to know because I haven't put this in a video yet. I will be doing my cut starting on February 1st, and I will run my first cut through Easter. So like the day before Easter is when my cut is going to end, because why not flip into maintenance mode on Easter Sunday? Sounds like a great thing to do, right? Especially because the whole Lenten season will take place throughout that cut, which will be really good to as well for me. It'll be a whole period of time. I don't actually know when Ash Wednesday is, now that I think about it. Can someone look that up for me? When is Ash Wednesday this year? Because I'm just curious just how coinciding my cut is with the entirety of the season of Lent, because it would be really cool if it came close now that I think about it. So that is going to be, will I reverse after my cut? I will reverse after my cut. So I'm going to do the exact same thing, February 17th. Thank you. So close, 2 weeks shy of it being completely a Lenten journey, which would have been really cool. But I like the idea of starting on the 1st, which is a Monday. Hello from the family room. Love it. So that's gonna be the plan. And then I'm going to do the exact same thing that I did when I decided to reverse up to maintenance the first time. And that is whatever my weight is at the end of the cut. So on Easter Saturday, I'll weigh in Easter Sunday morning, and whatever my weight is then, that day, will be the goal to maintain as I reverse back up and go into maintenance for another couple of months. And then I have one more period of time picked to cut again in 2021, and I cannot remember exactly when it is, but it's in the middle of like summertime to early fall, something like that. So I'm only doing 2 cuts this entire year. I'm only doing 2, and the numbers and the scale will fall as it may. My job throughout that entire period of time of cutting is going to be to stay on track. That's all I gotta do. I can up the fitness game a little bit, but the goal will be to stay in my cut calories instead of in my maintenance calories. And as long as I am consistent with that, I can be satisfied in the results of the cut. If I lose 5 pounds, if I lose 15 pounds, I don't know what it's going to be, but whatever it is, I will let the uncontrollable number fall where it may. My job is to stick to the plan, and that's it. And let me tell you, that takes a lot of the pressure off of the whole thing. The whole thing. There is no deadline for a specific number or anything like that. I'm just going to let things happen and see what happens, and that's going to be it. Will your cut calories reduce each week? No, no. I will cut down to 16 to 1700 calories, and that will be that. That's it. Plain and simple. No overthinking, no overworking it. It'll be easy, and it's going to be good. And I'm very, very excited. And 16 to 1700 calories. I know some of you are probably like, whoa, that's so many calories. How are you going to lose weight on that? That's literally the entire point of being in maintenance mode. That is still a 600 or 700 or 500, 16 to 1700 calories. 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, yes, 500 calorie deficit from my 2100 calories. If I stick with that, 1600 calories, that's a pound a week. Easy peasy. If my cut is 12 or 13 weeks, that's 12 or 13 pounds. Easy peasy. It's like, it's so simple. It's so simple. There are so many good questions rolling in. Hi, Javier, good to see you. I want to make sure I'm acknowledging everybody that has come. Susan, I cannot wait to get the vaccine. I want my life back. You must have seen my Instagram story today. I'm with you. And Rosie is here. For someone who loves months to start on a Monday, so much that my New Year started a week early, February 2021 is beautiful. And also, March 2021 also starts on a Monday. Fun fact. Annapolis, Maryland, hello. I did have a good week, Javier. Thank you. How was your week? Which reminds me, friends, we started going right into the Q&A, which I am here for. But if you want to share your highs and lows for the week, feel free to share them in the comment section. My high for the week, my high for the week is everything is kind of, the chaos of the holidays is over. My sister-in-law, I love her to pieces, but it's chaos when she's around. And now it's just my in-laws and my husband and me and Gracie. And so we're trying to get into like the actual okay, workday routine. I got up, I worked out, I showered, and I sat down at the desk to do work today, and it felt good. I'm not gonna lie. So just working on getting into that, what's going to be the official Florida routine, feels really good. So that is my high. I feel like I had a low and now I can't remember what it is. So it must not have been that low. Seriously, what was it? I don't remember. That's okay. That's okay. So we'll go with that. Let me know what your highs and lows are, and I'm going to catch up on the comments real quick here. So when one goes into maintenance, how do you determine where to set your calories? So Dina, it is actually a trial and error. All of this, contrary to popular belief and all of the generic calorie counters out or calculators out there, a lot of it is mostly trial and error because every body is different. So a calculator can give you a great starting point, or Jordan Syatt's formula can give you a good starting point, but it's not the end all be all. Like I said, when I was reversing up to maintenance, I thought that my numbers were gonna be closer to 23 or 2400 calories, and it turns out I kind of maxed out at 2100 calories. The only reason I knew that is because I kept track of everything, and every week I weighed in and I checked my measurements in 3 different areas, and the criteria for determining when you're on maintenance is when everything starts to go up regularly for more than 1 week. Then you drop 100 calories and that's your maintenance mode. Most people will probably have maintenance modes over 2000. Like if you're trying to tell me your maintenance mode is 1700 calories, I'm gonna tell you to keep trying because that's not true. I will tell you to track more accurately and actually pay attention. You know what I mean? Because people will be like, oh, 1700 calories, but I'm not actually tracking everything I'm eating. So I'm really eating 2300 calories and can't figure out why I'm gaining. So it's a lot of trial and error. So I slowly but surely, methodically added 100 calories to my day when I was cutting every single week. And I kept track of my measurements, I kept track of my weight, and I watched the patterns. And that's all it is. It's just pattern recognition and figuring out what number was too much for your body. And in a perfect world, for me, I'm hoping that throughout my next cut, as I continue to build muscle and work out, I'm hoping my maintenance mode might be a little bit higher the next time. We'll see. We will see how it all goes. I don't know how it's gonna fall, but I will let you guys know because I will obviously be sharing the whole journey with you guys. But that is the plan. My high for this week is I just joined iTrack Bites. Welcome. We are so glad you're here. I'm speaking on behalf of everybody, and I don't even technically work for the company, but we are glad you're here. As one of the ambassadors, we have I've personally loved seeing everybody come over to iTrack Bites. The community is so welcoming and so wonderful. The company is wonderful to be a part of. I'm honored to be an ambassador for this company. And all of you guys coming over, you're so curious, you're so motivated and ready to go. And I just love seeing all of that. So welcome. I need to find something fun, hard to do for Lent. Lent 2020 is when the weight loss started. Rosie, you should do something that, like, it's something that's not any harder than the stuff you're already struggling with. Like, it might be a good time to, if you haven't gotten your workouts in gear or something by then, start implementing the workouts for Lent, because Lent doesn't have to be giving up something, in my belief. Lent has to be sacrificing something. And for some people, sacrificing something might be doing something you don't want to be doing, you know? So that might be something worth thinking about as we get closer to the Lenten season. We've got a month and a half to figure it out. But counting calories, we all know I hate that. Ooh, yeah, that would be good. And I'm thinking something, that's exactly what, like, the lines that I'm thinking of for you is like something that you know you want to be doing, but you really can't find the motivation to do it. Tying it to something that will motivate you to do it is exactly how to get started, which sounds great, like a great plan. I love that you've already been thinking about that. So are you in Florida now? Have you moved there? No, I have not moved there, but yes, I am in Florida. We're chilling pretty at my in-laws' place because my husband's working from home, which means he can work from anywhere. So we are spending some of winter not in the Minnesota winter, which is just the perfect thing to come from 2020, right? Like, I was like, you know, if nothing else, I get to miss some of winter for the 2020-2021 season. And that is an amazing thing. So we're just chilling down here for a little bit. We'll go back to Minnesota eventually. I'm chilling by avoiding the chill. You're absolutely right. Guys, I went for a walk today, outside, in the sunshine, in January. That's never happened to me before. Like, it was wonderful. It was great. So I'm going to embrace every little bit of hanging out in Florida, even if it's cold. I don't want to hit the button. The low, at least sometime this week, is going to be like in the 40s. Oh no, I know that's terrible for those of you that are currently sitting out in Minnesota. The 40s would be a dream, right? But that's what we're doing. We're just hanging out for a little bit, but we have not permanently moved here. We still live in Minnesota, and yeah, hanging out and doing the QB. Love it, Jennifer. I love it. I've been doing pretty well getting back on track and had an eye exam for the first time in over 4 years today. I'm wearing contacts and makeup right now. Whoa, Lissa, contacts and makeup? Way to go. No, it jumped. Come back. Hi, I have a job interview tomorrow, which is awesome, but I'm also very nervous and would appreciate prayers. We can definitely do that for you, Sarah. Everyone add Sarah to your prayers this evening for her job interview. That's really exciting. You'll have to let us know how it goes. Few highs. Hi 1, I cut my own hair. As a visually impaired person, I never thought I'd say that. Rosie, way to go. That's awesome. Hi 2, I moved my office stuff upstairs, so now I have a productive space far from the couch and the fridge. That's brilliant. That is something you probably should have done ages ago. I am so proud of you for making that choice. That is amazing. Lissa's low, probably the silent migraine yesterday. I'm dealing with the aftermath of an allergic reaction. Both really sucked. Yeah, it always is just sucky when you don't feel great. And Amazon no longer has my favorite protein powder. Oh no, that is the worst thing ever. When something you love just disappears and you can't find it. Oh man. Low, my current job isn't going so well and I wish I could leave it, but I can't afford to. Would this job interview, if you got the job, would that allow you to leave the job that you're unhappy at, Sarah? Because that would be incredible. Hi, I just had a virtual happy hour with a friend in Texas. Low, I cracked the porcelain on a crown. I hate going to the dentist. Oh no, that's the worst. I'm not a fan either, I'm not gonna lie. Thanks for the info on maintenance and calories. No problem, that's what I'm here for. Susan, when I was on WW, my points went from 23 to 28 for maintenance, and I still lost 8 pounds in 1 month. Boom. I had to experiment and keep track of my calories to find out how to stop losing. Yeah, and that's just it. Maintenance is different for everybody, and the way people track is different. It has been tremendously difficult to try and explain maintenance mode to the people that are not my community that don't understand exactly how I'm doing it. So when I was on iTrack Bites yesterday, I had people from Better Balance asking me, what do I do if I want to do maintenance? And I had people from the Blue Plan and people telling me they're plateauing, and I have to keep going through and being like, well, these people have the 0-point foods or bite foods and these people don't, and like trying to navigate all of those different plans and explain to each plan how they could potentially come to their own maintenance mode is very complicated. But it all comes down to calories at the end of the day. So yeah, that could be like, for me, when I hit goal, back when I was on Weight Watchers Points Plus, that is when I hit my goal. The proposed maintenance plan was add 6 points to your day. No joke, 6 points. My next weigh-in, I was up like 3 pounds or something, which, knowing if I knew then what I knew now, it wouldn't have freaked me out because I was eating more food. So of course you've got more weight in your body. Like, that makes total sense. But also, if they would have advised you to like add 1 point a day for 1 week, like just go from 26 to 27 and then to 28 and then to 29, instead of doing it all in 1 week, that would be a much smarter way to do it. But apparently they don't think like that, which I just find very, very interesting. Mini low, I gained more than I thought I would, but I'm already down 3 pounds and have a pretty good attitude about it. Attitude is everything, my friend. I'm thinking of counting calories. Okay, we already talked briefly about that. My thing is not scrolling. There we go. Whew, I thought my scroller was broken. That would have been bad. Tomorrow will be week 12 as part of iCheck Bites. It's been a great experience. Went crazy New Year's. Will be happy if I stay the same this week. Excellent. I believe 2021 will be my year when it comes to my weight loss and joining the National Guard. Excellent. The iTrack Bites community is the best online weight loss community I've been a part of, and I've been a part of them all. I love it. Thank you. It was 80 degrees here today. Amazing. Deep South Texas. I'm thinking about taking a break from college this semester to focus on National Guard and be back in August, hopefully. Very cool. I was feeling good about myself in my contacts, so I thought I'd have a little fun. Hey, I love that. You're feeling yourself a little bit in your contact lenses, so you put some makeup on. That's awesome. That's a really cool thing, Lissa. Good for you. I heard a YouTuber I watched talk about the Bible Recap podcast and thought it might be of interest to you ladies. Can't read today, apparently, or I can't speak today. Interesting. I don't think I've heard of them. I have heard of the Bible Project, but not the Bible Recap. I will have to take a look at that. Thank you, Sarah. Do you know where SEMO University is? It's in Cape Girardeau, Missouri. I have no idea where that is. I obviously know where Missouri is, but beyond that, I have no idea where that is. It was a huge container of unflavored protein powder for like $30 before the discount. Yeah, I remember you saying that you really liked that protein powder. So that's really a bummer. I don't have any good suggestions except for collagen, but collagen is only one amino acid. So you're gonna wanna find something else too. It's expensive though, so you probably won't like that. I was gonna say, Be Well by Kelly makes an unflavored protein. So it's just beef protein isolate. It's non-dairy. It doesn't have any artificial sweeteners or anything in it. So that's an option for you, but it is more expensive. What made you decide to switch from carb conscious to counting calories? I just needed a change, and B, Jordan's diet, truly. Because with his base formula of everything, I could, like most in the Weight Watchers community discover, I could lose on more food than I was eating. And it was time for a change. It was time for something different. It was kind of it was also at the time that I was really getting into Lift 4 and wanting to nourish my body more nutritionally than a way to solely lose weight. Does that make sense? Like, Points Plus, Carb Conscious, has done me good and will always do me good if I follow the plan. But when I was on Points Plus and Weight Watchers, the goal was to lose weight. The goal was to be skinny. The goal was cardio, earn your points, save your points, try to stick to your 26 points a day, all that stuff. And it wasn't right. Like, that's not the way you're supposed to do it, right? And I was frustrated by the fact that I could stay within my calorie range so much. I could stay within my calorie range and be so over in points that messed with my head. And so I was like, you know what? Why don't I just give that up? And why don't I just exclusively count calories and focus on the macronutrient balance I'm putting in my body? Because ultimately that ends up more important. Whether you track macros or not, the calories are king. Most importantly, especially when trying to lose weight, you need to be in a caloric deficit. But the second level of importance is how you are fueling your body. Could you lose weight on 1,200 or 1,400 or 1,700 calories worth of Snickers bars in a day? You could, but you would feel really, really crummy and your body would not function optimally. So for me, with Lift 4 motivating me to get stronger and want to build muscle, I had to make sure I was nourishing my body properly, along with staying within the caloric range for the goals I was having. And calories with a macronutrient focus just kind of made a lot more sense for me than sticking with the carb conscious plan. You know? Good question. You are full of excellent questions this evening. I love it. If it wasn't so expensive, I would, but at the price and being unflavored. Yep. Not sure if this is a high, but I realized today my scale break was supposed to end and I still don't have any desire to see what the number is. Excellent. I posted in the book club group, but I wanted to mention it here. Not a Life Coach book is on sale at the Canadian Kobo site for $3.99. What is Canadian Kobo? I probably am not going to have access to that, am I? Because that's awesome. Get it. If you're in the book club and you're in Canada, go get that book, because I haven't even ordered it yet. I've considered ordering the ebook. I can't decide if I want a hard copy or if I want a digital copy, because I could get the digital copy and have it in my possession today, or I could get the hard copy and I don't think I would get it until mid-January, which I mean, I guess it's already 5 days into January, so it doesn't really matter at this point. But that's really, really helpful. Thank you. A reading divide app. Okay. Device. Oh, okay. Okay. Excellent. Well, good for you Canadians. Awesome. So many people talking about Alani Nu protein powder, energy drinks, and protein bars. Everyone's raving about them. I haven't tried any of them. I have tried their protein bars. Solid. They are 17 grams of protein, which is great for a snack, and they don't taste horrible. I have not tried the munchie flavor, which is supposed to be like their version of what's that bar? The Take 5 bar. It's kind of supposed to be what it is. The chocolate cake one is solid. It is very solid. It is a great substitute for if you want a chocolate bar, but you really don't have room for a chocolate bar, you need some extra protein or something like that. They're solid, they're good. And the energy drinks are also solid. At least, what flavor did I try? I tried the peach ring one on a vlog, right? And I said that tasted too artificially sweet. So what I ended up doing with that, when I have an energy drink that is too artificial flavored to me, I will transfer it into a different cup. I'll transfer it into this and I'll fill this with ice first. So I essentially water it down, and that helped with the peach ring one. The Cosmic Stardust flavor was very good, and I think I tried the Hawaiian shaved ice, and that was also very good. I cannot speak for the protein powder. I have never tried their protein powder. But all in all, the brand is not awful. Is not a life coach book for the book club? Yes. James Smith is the author. James Smith. He is also the author of Not a Diet book. And I loved Not a Diet book. I love his no-nonsense philosophy. He's another tough love type of dude. And I love him. I thought he had good advice in the diet industry. The Not a Life Coach book seems really relevant for me since I'm going to be launching coaching in the near future. So I was like, well, that sounds fun. But then it's actually a book like for all the people, not just for people aspiring to be life coaches. So yeah, I thought it would be a good addition to the reading list for the year. Let's see. I saw your Child Free by Choice video and I need your advice. I just came to the realization that I don't want kids, but I've been married for 1.5 years and my wife wants a baby. Any advice? Unfortunately, my friend, I don't have any good advice for you because my husband and I were on the same page since before we got married. So I think that's it's a very important discussion to have before you get married, but since you're already married, you're gonna have to have a heart-to-heart, a conversation, because the level of compromise there is hard. That's very hard, and I wish I had something valuable to give you, but I don't, because that is not a situation I have been in, and that is not a situation I've ever had to deal with. So unfortunately, I can't really help you. I'm sorry. I'm looking towards either Vietnam, Costa Rica as my next destination to live as an American expat. Very cool. Looks like it's only on sale in Canada. No problem. If you're in Canada, go get that book, man. GNC has Alani Nu. I just saw it. It's not much, but I ran into literally like 4 cans of Alani Nu at Target. At Target. So I'm wondering if Alani Nu is going to start making its way into Target. I don't know. And the Target that's near me doesn't always have the greatest inventory of everything, but I was very surprised to see that brand at Target. So maybe in the near future, you might be able to find some Alani at Target, at least the energy drinks, which is kind of cool. I might go to school second semester in Costa Rica, Asia, or Africa. My sister-in-law lived in Africa for a short while. It was a cool place for her to be. I've never been. I'm dying for a Heat Go bar. I had that for breakfast the last 2 days, and it just brought me so much joy, and it's so satisfying. Guys, the chia healthy eating all the time and Go bar keeps me so full because there's so much fiber in it because of the chia seeds. It is on point with the macros. 14 grams of protein, a couple of grams of fiber, some fat up in there, 205 calories. Oh my gosh, they're so good. I've been eating them for breakfast and loving them. Haven't had one in forever and I miss them. I asked in there too, but I'm not sure if you answered. Do we have a list for the rest of the month? I want to keep an eye out for sales. I have 4 books that I know for sure. Well, the one we're reading now is 1. Not a life coach. The Lazy Genius Way, or A Lazy Genius Way, is 3. And then Badass Habits by Jen Sincero is 4. Have I mentioned another one? I'm pretty sure I was like, oh good, I have the first third of the year done. Beyond that, I don't know. Other books that I'm considering throwing Fear as My Homeboy in there. Gosh, I had a couple other ones that I was like, oh, this would be a good potential book, and I can't remember what they are at the moment. But I remember Fear as My Homeboy. I'm going to throw that one out to the community and see what you guys think about that one. Because I think that came up last year, and it just didn't get enough votes. Is that what happened? Can't remember now. And then, of course, we can leave room for anything new that might come out that we could read towards the end of the year. The rest of the year book club, gee, my brain does not work yet. It's okay. Mine either. I cannot wait to be able to just go out and really be around people. Don't I know it, Cindy? Oh, man, I'm waiting for that day. Waiting patiently for that day, you know? Hy-Vee has cans of Alani Nu. That is true. You guys remember when I had that epic Alani Nu haul? That was from Hy-Vee. They had everything. They had all the bars except that one flavor, and they had a bunch of the drinks, which was an amazing find. GNC is a variety. They're the best. I just not in the budget right now. That's one of my personal ones that I want to read. Wait, which one is one of your personal ones that you want to read? We talked about a bunch. Oh, Fear is My Homeboy. Gotcha. We talked about a bunch of brainstorming, but we didn't decide on books. Okay, that's what I thought. I think I made some of my own choices, but I can't remember what they are at the moment. I managed to show up in 2 of my 3 Facebook groups today. I'll remember to go to the book club group tomorrow. I've been on the computer for not all day, but a lot of the day. Just like not tying up loose ends, but like reopening the loose ends, being like, oh, I should check in on this and this and this and this and this and this. So that's what I've been doing. Could potentially be beneficial. It did come up last year, and then I saw some bits when Logan posted some pictures on our Instagram stories. Looks like something I need to read. Yeah, Lakin has also posted about it. And Lakin posted her book stack that she got for Christmas, and there were a couple of books in there that kind of piqued my interest too. I screenshotted it so I could refer back to it later. Not necessarily for book club books, although some of them could be, but I did get inspired by some of the book titles that I saw in her stack as well. Have you ever been to the Dominican Republic? I have not been to the Dominican Republic. would you like to visit the country? I don't know. I mean, that'd be fun. I like to go places. I like to go most places, but I also am a high stress traveler. So there's a lot of, like, I want to go, where are a couple places that I want to go? I know I want to go at some point to Australia. I know I want to go back to Japan on a vacation because Japan was very cool. And beyond that, we'll see where the world takes me. Who the heck knows? But I'm also very much a homebody, and I'm very content to just kind of chill, be here. Like, I'm traveling right now. I'm technically not at home, but I'm also in a home that feels like home. So I'm still home, you know? Oh man. Good questions, y'all. Good questions. Keep them coming. And in the meantime, how are your goals going for 2021? We are 5 days in, and I have to tell you, one of the best things that you could do, especially if you have like the Power Sheets planner or something where you have like monthly action items and weekly action items and daily things. The last 2 days, I've literally made a to-do list out of looking at my Power Sheets. I'm like, what do I have to make sure I accomplish today? By looking at the goals that I hope to accomplish in the month helps me curate my to-do lists and my schedules for the week. And I am very, very optimistic about being able to check off most of the things on my goals for the month because I'm starting to actually be like, these need to get worked into the schedule. I have scheduled the day that I'm going to do my 2020 finances. I have scheduled, I don't even know. I made myself go for a walk today because I'm like, well, I know I have to go for 2 walks this week. You guys don't know this yet because my January goals video isn't going up until Thursday. So sneaky peek. But I was like, oh, I have to do this today or this week twice. I want to go for 2 walks during the week. Doesn't matter what day. Made myself go for one today because I'm like, well, I could sit and poke at my phone. Or I could go do something productive. I kind of need to get more steps in. So why not? Let's go. And I just made myself go do it. And guess what? I'm halfway done with that goal for the week and it's only Tuesday. So I have learned in this very short period of time, I've actually been focused on achieving goals for 2021 because it just became 2021, scheduling in, like curating your to-do list based on the goals you want to achieve, super duper helpful. Let's see. I've checked off 3 of my monthly goals so far. That's awesome. That is awesome. Australia's on my bucket list. Would love to go. It would just be so something so different. We have a couple that we met on was it on our honeymoon? It sure was. It was on our honeymoon that we met this Australian couple on our honeymoon, and they're the people that were like, when we left, like, if you're ever in the area, you let us know. Well, we're Facebook friends, whatever. Like, so like we know people in Australia. I would love to go to the Australian Zoo because I love the Irwins. Bindi Irwin, oh my gosh, I adore her and her whole family, and Steve Irwin, of course. So that would be a lot of fun too. Do you think the coronavirus was planned? Because I do. Nope, I don't. I believe that things happen and the world needs to adapt. It happens about every 100 years if you look at history, because it just is what it is. I'm loving my EC planner so far. I'm so glad, Lindsay. I'm glad that got put to good use. Would you like to live permanently in Florida? You better believe I would. 100%. It would be so much better for my body if I lived in Florida, let's be honest. And then of course there's the whole like heat thing to deal with, but that's what air conditioning's for. It is much easier for me to cool down than it is for me to warm up. So for me personally, being in Florida, and like, y'all, I haven't had any cold-induced nerve pain or nerve weakness yet this winter. I haven't, because I haven't been in winter long enough. But that like it's been 18, 20 degrees. I don't know what was the weather report today, Marie? Like maybe a little bit warmer than that back home in Minnesota. But here it was 70. Like, you can't, and like, even the cold, like, it's been chilly here. So like, I've been in pants today, which is totally fine. Don't have to wear a jacket. Don't have to freeze my tush off. And it's wonderful. It's wonderful. So yes, I would like to permanently, or at least move south. That is my ultimate goal. Like, I would also not mind if we settled permanently in a place like North Carolina. We loved living in North Carolina, and it is a place that got all 4 seasons, but it got the 4 seasons in like legitimate time spans. It wasn't one of those, oh, it's summer, it's summer, it's summer, and then it's fall for 2 weeks, and then boom, it's winter for 6 months. None of that. Fall was actually a legitimate season in North Carolina. And winter, while it happened, it was mild. Yeah, it got down into the 30s, but the highs would still be in the 40s or 50s. And if it snowed, everything shut down. So you didn't have to go anywhere anyway. You were stuck at home because schools were closed, roads were closed, everything was closed because people don't know how to deal with snow in North Carolina. So it was definitely more my speed when it comes to winter. It has an awful pollen season, but it's worth it for the extended spring. Again, it's not just like, oh, let's freeze 80 degrees. It's none of that. It's just, oh, it's wonderful there. So I would not be mad, and I've said this on repeat to my husband, I wouldn't be mad if we ultimately ended up settling in North Carolina either. It's also equidistant from my in-laws' house and my parents' house, which would be super convenient in the long term as well. But as long as we just move further south, I told him he can't move me any further north. Like, that would be less than ideal. But further south, anywhere further south, I'd be willing to go, really. Danielle is here, Jenny's here. What do I mean by the cut? When I say I'm going to cut, I mean Melbourne, Australia. I know people in Brisbane, Australia. When I say I'm going to cut, there are essentially 3 different things that you could be doing with your calories. You could either be in a maintenance mode, which means you are eating just the right amount of calories to maintain your weight in a general range. You can be in a cut, which means you're in a caloric deficit, meaning you want to lose fat. Or you can be in a bulk, meaning you are eating in a caloric surplus. You are eating more calories than your body needs, which will either result in 2 things. If you are heavily training, it could result in muscle, or it will more likely result in fat gain. So those are the 3 things. You can either be in a bulk, maintenance, or a cut. So a cut is simply weight loss mode, basically. One of my 2021 goals is to buy shoes because I'm super lacking in variety, so I went a little nutty and ordered a bunch on after Christmas sales. Shopping is a good goal. Heck yeah, shopping is a good goal. I wish I had shopping goals. Instead, I have not shopping goals. I literally have my goal of January to be a no spend, which I made an exception for today because every time I start to listen to Smash, you guys know, I talked about Smash, I raved about Smash. Every time I start to listen to it, I go, I need the music to that song. I need the music to that song. I need the music. Oh, long story short, there is one place that I can get the music to most of the Smash songs, and it is on the website musicnotes.com, where you can buy individual pieces of sheet music, and I've bought many, but they are up priced, so it's like $8 to $10 a song. So if you want 10 songs, it's $100, right? Turns out that they actually had a vocal selections book for, I think there's one for like the music of Smash that isn't involved in the actual musical plotline, but the musical within the TV show called Bombshell, the Marilyn Monroe musical, has its own vocal selections book that is completely and totally out of print. It was printed in like 2013, right? It's not on Amazon. It's not at J.W. Pepper or any of the music people's places. It's not. It's nowhere to be found. I've looked. Trust me. It was on eBay. And I've known that it's on eBay. And I've seen one listing. And this person had it listed for $120. And so I knew that. And I was like, ugh, that's so much money. I mean, I know it's a thicker book, but that's still so much money. So I was listening to Smash today as I was doing stuff. And I was like, man, I really want the music to this. So I went back on eBay just to see if the listing was even still there. And I saw that the price was still $120 or best offer. And I was like, what if I offer them $55? Literally less than half of their asking price. So just on a whim, I literally offered them $55. And an hour later, I got an email saying the offer had been accepted. So that was my exception. I'm like, are you kidding me? She's going to give me this book for like an actually reasonable price for something that's literally out of print and I can't get it anymore? Heck Yes. I don't even care if it's like written in, like if she's a performer, I don't know who this person is. According to her thumbnails, it's a girl, so that's why I keep saying she. But I'm like, I don't care if it's her personal music book that she has like written in and has notes in or whatever. I just want the sheet music. That's all I want. And I got it. And so that was the exception to my notes band, because I was like, this will fill my life in ways that my life needed to be filled. So I'm very excited about that. But other than that, my goal is no shopping. And so far, I've done a very good job. Where did you go on your honeymoon? We had an epic honeymoon. We went on a 14-day Mediterranean cruise. It was awesome. We covered all the places. Now, don't get me wrong. It was not a relaxing vacation at all. My husband took me on a cruise a couple of years ago to make up for the cruise that was our honeymoon because it was so busy. We went on all of the excursions and climbed all of the ruins, and we're at the excursions where you had to be up at 5:30 in the morning so you could get now I have to scroll through because I see Sarah asking about oregano, which is entirely possible the more I see things. But so it was the busiest vacation I've ever been on. But I did things like personal record, label this under things I never thought this CMT body would do. I climbed to the top of Acropolis in Athens, Greece, like to where the Parthenon is. I looked down onto the first theater in existence. I have actually a really cool photo of me looking down on the first theater in existence. And I'm like, oh, Lisa, that phrasing is perfect. I love it. Keeping an eye on the spice rack. Yes. That needs to be like a thing, the spice rack. Oh my God, I love you guys. You're so funny. And so we did that. I did the Acropolis, and then the coolest place we went to a lot of cool places. We went to Turkey, we went to Croatia, we went to all the places. Rome. We had pizza in Naples. We actually spoke, apparently they speak Spanish in Naples, so we kind of sort of tried to have a conversation with the people at this little pizzeria that were next to us that spoke Spanish. But it was funny because my husband can come up with sentences in Spanish better than I can, but I can translate better than he can. So between the two of us, we tried to have a conversation with the very kind men that were sitting at the same table as us, which is while we were having Napoleon pizza, which was super cool. But we went to Ephesus, like the book of the Bible, Ephesians, literally those people. We walked through the ruins of Ephesus, and as we read, like whenever my husband and I are reading the book of the Bible and he talks about Ephesus, we're like, we've been there. Oh my gosh, we've been there. We've been to these places. And it was so cool to be able to be like, I've been there. I've walked these streets. I've seen these things. We saw Mars Hill, like all of the places in the Bible. And it wasn't even a biblical tour. It was just part of the cruise. And it had such biblical significance. It was so cool. So it was a killer honeymoon, a really killer honeymoon. Tell you what, not working on goals, but I'm working on habits. Love it. I picked 5 habits that I will do daily for the next 3 months, and hopefully they will become permanent habits after that. I think that is a great goal. Fantastic. High was 34. Yeah, our high was 70. I'm loving my planner too. It's been great for me, especially now that I'm learning to relax and about all the daily to-dos. You're making me want to move. I'm just telling someone that I want to live in North Carolina with a summer home in Colorado. Oh, nice. Shoot. It always jumps down. Not joining us in Canada. Sorry, Rosie. I can't. Although I've been to Ontario and it was a very enjoyable place to visit. I haven't been there since, when did I go to Canada? I feel like it was junior high school that I went to Canada. It's like 7th grade, maybe? Yeah, 7th grade. I'm on my first ever no spend month and it's been great for me. I'm still working things out, but I'm enjoying seeing some financial progress. Fantastic. We love to cruise. Cannot wait until ships are cruising again. Us too. We actually have to book a cruise to use the credit from our canceled cruise that was supposed to happen when COVID hit. So one day we will be on a cruise again, Lord willing. You know, I just got back to it. It's a good comment, no matter how many times I see it. I can fully justify buying craft supplies, but when it comes to shoes and clothes, I don't do it. I need to force myself to spend on that kind of stuff. For sure, rein in on the crafty spending. Interesting. Isn't that interesting? I'm trying to do a comparative thing because, like, I know my husband and I both do something similar for some things, but I can't, like, place a specific instance on it. But it's funny how we can justify the spending on some things and then, but other completely practical and realistic things, we're like, no, but I can work with what I've got. So good for you for taking control of your wardrobe and getting yourself some shoes. What did you get? Anything fun and exciting? Your honeymoon sounds fabulous. It was fabulous. It was a lot of work. Like, I was exhausted, but it was fun. I hate snow. Some parts of Canada are south of the Twin Cities. I know that, Marie, which is mind-boggling to me. But I mean, I take that too. But then there's the whole, like, passport and citizenship thing. But that's neither here nor there. I don't know what the future holds, but heaven only knows. Heaven only knows. How is COVID in your area from outside? The numbers look crazy. I'll be honest with you, I haven't been keeping up because I'm just choosing to live in my own little partially naive bubble. Like, I'm not naive about it. We're still very, very safe. Our anniversary, that was my other high, guys. My anniversary was on the 4th. It was yesterday. I've been married 7 years. But my husband and I celebrated our anniversary on Sunday, and our anniversary dinner, we ordered out bonefish, and we set up the 2 like candle pillars in the dining room and turned the chandelier on low, and we both put on real clothes, and I even put on a little bit of makeup instead of like loungewear, you know. And we sat and had dinner together. My father-in-law was fixing some things up at the office, and my mother-in-law literally put like her TV headphones on and shut the kitchen door to give us as much privacy as this house offers while we had our anniversary dinner, because we weren't going to go anywhere because COVID. But I know I haven't looked into what our numbers are lately. I know things are probably spiking or going to spike because of the holidays. I don't know. I'm just twiddling my thumbs waiting for my turn in the vaccine line, really, truly. Because I am an anxious individual. The more I think about it, the more doomsday my consciousness gets. And I paid very close attention for months and months and months and months and months. But once the holiday travel hit, I was like, I know where I'm going is safe. I know it's safe in Illinois. Like, no, not the numbers in Illinois, but like in my family. And I know it's safe coming down here. So I've just kind of lived in a don't have to worry about COVID bubble for a while. And it has been very, very nice to not have to think about it too much. I do go to the grocery stores and run errands, and I wear a mask and everything like you're supposed to. I really want a mask that says it goes over your nose on it, because of the number of people I see who wear their masks underneath their nose. And I don't think that my death glare automatically, like, I don't think they understand why I'm glaring at them. So I'm like, I need to get my hands on that mask, and I'm just gonna wear it everywhere. I'm gonna wear it everywhere. I'm not gonna wear any other mask except that one. Really, truly. But so honestly, Rosie, I haven't thought too much about it. Our numbers are still going up. But in Minnesota, I did check the numbers the other day. In Minnesota, it's going back down, which is very nice to see. Very nice to see. If you're not in the mountains, it melts fast because the sun shines out there. I definitely spend too much on things I don't need and waste money on things like craft supplies. Bonefish is my fave. Yeah, it's real good. Bonefish is very, very good. And we don't have any bonefish within a 50-mile radius of us back home. So it was a super treat to be able to eat at Bonefish, because it was one of our date night places when we lived in Illinois. Bonefish, Longhorn, all of those places don't exist for us in Minnesota, which is super lame. But we have them all down here in Florida. So we are taking full advantage of being able to eat at some of our favorite restaurants again, which has been very nice. Thank you, Susan. I almost couldn't see anyone at urgent care for my allergic reaction. I suspect it's because they're overloaded with people getting tested so they can return to work. That makes sense. That makes sense. Didn't buy fancy stuff, just filling in holes. Needed waterproof boots for commuting and more casual sneakers, not athletic looking ones. Fair enough. Bang Bang is my fave. Yes, the Bang Bang shrimp. Look, my husband doesn't love spicy food. I don't love spicy food. I like a hint of spice in like my Asian cuisine, like my sushi and my poke bowls and stuff. Like, give me the spicy mayo. That's good stuff. But the Bang Bang shrimp, we ended up getting a free Bang Bang shrimp sent to us one night when we were there on date night. And it was super, and we're like, oh, great. We don't know if we loved it. We were so hesitant and we loved it. And we never would have tried it if it didn't show up at our table for free. And now it's something we order every single time we go. It's so good. So good. There's a Bonefish less than 3 miles from me and I've never been. It's so good. Oh, man. OMG, I literally had a special mask made with the cover, the nose issue. I literally tell people to pull their mask up. I love that. I love that. I want it, like, I don't know. I'm not bold enough to be like, not bold enough, but also the number of people down here in Florida that I'd have to tell, I'd be talking the whole time. That's the reality. So that's what, like, in Minnesota, I was like, I hadn't felt the need for that mask. Here, I feel the need for that mask, you know? Had a local clinic today for the COVID vaccine on a first come, first served basis. People were lined up in their cars by 5 p.m. last night. Oh, whoa. That's crazy. I also saw something on Twitter where Florida, Sarasota, Florida did vaccine stuff on the Eventbrite website. Like, reserve your spot like you were reserving a ticket to a concert. No joke. No joke. That's how they did it. And it was also 800, which is interesting. I used to work at Longhorn. The food is so dang good. You did? Yes. It is. My husband's my favorite steak because it is budget friendly and so good. So stinking good. And they do their takeout pretty well too. Because, oh, here comes the little cutie pie. You want to come here? She's moving real slow. She must have just gotten up. I just see her moseying on through. She has been much lazier since Junie left, her cousin Junie. I think she's been sad about it, actually. Come here. Come on. Mosey your cute little tush over here. Come on, you can do it. Come on. Oh, you want to come up here? You can do that too. Hi. You want to say hi? There she is. My sad little girl, because her cousin's gone. It took them a whole week, but they learned how to play. Yeah, you want to go up there on your pillow? There you go. Okay. That's what she really came out here for, let's be honest. Let's see. Sarah, your comment just got flagged. We have extra testing locations set up for the students returning to college. Oh, gosh. Living on campus on most courses are online. That's crazy. They didn't do reservations. Crazy. Did someone say steak? She got a couple pieces of... When did we have steak last? Oh, Eric had leftover steak, and he's like, here's a couple pieces for Gracie, and I threw it in her bowl. She was a very, very happy camper. She also loves chicken. What are you doing, kiddo? You always look so sad when you're on camera. Oh, she heard a noise coming from the other room. Well, there you go. Now you've got the cuteness factor in the live stream, my friends. Cover your mouth, cover your nose. That mask on your chin won't if your face is exposed. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I just need one, like, I don't need it to be rude or anything. I just need one, it goes over your nose or something like that. Like, just plain and simple. Like, real plain and simple. Just be like, oh, actually, you need to put it over your nose. I hear you. NYC subway's out of control with not following mask rules. And the subway is not the place to do that. I mean, I really go berserk. I yelled at cops with the mask below their chin. Oh my gosh, Susan. So basically, you're the person that I should be hanging out with when we go places. But of course, we can't hang out because COVID. But like, I'd want to be with you in your vicinity because everyone around you knows what's right. I go around Walmart singing it, especially since I see the same employees wearing them. Oh, people. Check Etsy. There's one that says that too. Interesting. I will have to look into that for sure. For sure. Oh, man. Look what you started with your question, Rosie. It's all good. Don't worry about it. It's all good. What else? What else would you guys like to chit chat about tonight? Oh, she's so cute. I can't handle it. I can't handle her cuteness. I really can't. I'm obsessed with my dog. And you're offended. Yeah, I know. You're offended that I'm touching you. Little stinker. Did anyone hear the story about the hospital staff member who wore the Christmas tree costume into the hospital? Like the one who had her hair straight up, because I saw a picture of that on the guys. I know I've told you this before, but if you're not following Tank's Good News and Upworthy on Instagram, follow them because they are all good news website, or like their websites too, but Instagram accounts, and all you see when they're on your feed is good news happening in the world, which is so funny. So good. So all the things. Sometimes it's actually pretty funny too. And also you got to follow like the animal accounts, like the dodo. Those are also feel good things. Fleur, thank you for coming. One of my pet peeves lately is people who touch the center of the outside of their masks with their bare hands. Let's go back to planners, question mark. We can go back to wherever you guys want. I have been loving my new planner. I've moved into my new planner. I've got the fresh start. I'm at the beginning of the book again because I have the daily duo, and that feels nice. I'm not gonna lie. I've got a new New Year's cover on mine, and I'm also using the Moxie Life Planner, which is a weekly vertical planner specifically for mostly planning out like when I'm going to do my goals and things like that, like big ticket items. Like that's the planner I do my finances in. Although now that I'm thinking about it, I should move that over to my actual like Erin Condren planner, because that's like the to-do list planner. This is my day-to-day get the stuff done planner. But I've been using my planners. I've been loving it, using all those stickers, using those power sheets. I tried to update my Google Calendar a little bit today because I do both the digital planning too, because I really love having everything on my watch as well, because it'll tell me what my next event is, even if it's lunchtime or go get ready for bed or which Lift 4 workout I'm supposed to be doing. Maybe one says cover your nose. Yeah, that's true too. That's nice and simple to the point. Gracie has really calmed down a lot. She has her moments. So yeah, she has calmed down 100%. What I wish she would do is decide to love pets and cuddles. Like, look at how bothered she is by the fact that I'm loving on her. She doesn't like it, but she's a pet. That's her job, right, baby? And she doesn't want to come when she's called, and she doesn't want to cuddle unless you have a fuzzy blanket on. And it's just like, I just want the cuddly dog. I just want the cuddly dog. Guys, I learned this week that miniature, oh gosh, which was it? Golden doodles exist. Smaller golden doodles. Grandpa's home. Here she goes. Mini golden doodles. Hypoallergenic, but big dog personality in like a 30-pound body. Bigger than Gracie, but not so big that I couldn't manage it. So there's that. I learned that this week. I learned that from Jordan Syatt, who put it out on the internet. Jordan Syatt, for those of you who don't know, is a fitness trainer and nutrition coach that I follow, who is another no-nonsense dude, and I follow a lot of his information, his calorie calculators, his things like that. He's full of really good information, and he put it out into the world that he and his fiance want to get a dog that is hypoallergenic and blah, 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 and he got buco suggestions, and he started posting what some of the suggestions were, and Mini Golden Doodle was one of them, and I was like, I didn't even know this existed, and I'm very excited to know that that kind of dog actually exists. There were, let me see here. Are the same people who use the dog poop bags, pick it up, and then drop the bag on the ground instead of the garbage? You are not wrong, Sarah. You are not wrong. Hello, I followed you for years. First time I've ever said anything. You're very inspirational. Connie, thank you for saying something. Hello. Is this your first live, or do you just kind of hang out and not actually just chat in the chat? I'm so glad you decided to chat today. That's so exciting. Thank you. There were like 40 people in the hospital staff infected with COVID, and they traced it back to that person because they had it and was blowing out of the blow-up costume. What? So like this person inflated the costume with their breath and their breath was infected with, oh, I did not hear about that. Oh man. Oh, I did not hear about that. Yikes. Loving my horizontal EC planner. Excellent. And my mom seems to be enjoying the one I gave her for Christmas. She was also very happy to get an iCheck Bites Pro membership. That's awesome. Positive influences. You're being a positive influence on your family, Lissa. That is awesome. No, you know those blow-up dinosaur costumes similar to that? Oh, okay, okay. Either way, yikes. Oh, that's such a bummer. That's such a bummer. Oh. Oh, video idea. How to use Google Calendar and Power Sheets to in general to-do lists. Yes, I am working on figuring out how I'm going to share the like how I accomplished the goals video, because part of that involves actually being like, this is how I scheduled it and how I made those choices and blah 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 blah. So I'm working on that. I'm marinating on that as I'm spending the first week actually going through, and like I said, I set and scheduled the things I need to schedule. So I'm brewing, that's stirring. I tried to create a bullet journal. I can't decide what I want, need in there. Too expensive to switch often. I wanted to be a bullet journaler, and then I just realized I'm not. Oh no. 60 minutes almost on, and I start yawning. I desperately, like, I feel like as a good planner girl, you want to be in part of the bullet journal community. But I'm terrible at drawing, and a lot of bullet journaling involves, at least a lot of the pretty bullet journaling involves like charts and things and doodles and all the things. And I really tried and I just can't. And I accepted that I'm not a bullet journaler and it's okay. So I get it. I've been there. I really want one, but the wait list is like a year and they cost like $3,000 and they have some as small as 15 pounds. Yeah. It's definitely a financial commitment, but I'm like, man, talk about a perfect dog, because that would actually have the personality that I want with the size and the hypoallergenicness, because what I really want is like a yellow lab, because they are the best dogs, but they shed like the dickens and they're very large and heavy, and I just can't manage a very large and heavy dog on my own. So because we all know I have to manage the dog, right? Like my husband's there, but I'd be the one walking it and doing all the things. So Gracie's super simple, because especially in this house, you just throw the ball and you let her run around and she's been exercised and it's awesome. Did you see him talking about Brianna's salad dressing? I did see him talking about this salad dressing, and I thought it was hilarious how people give him grief for people. Oh, he heard the rant about like the same guy that was picking on him for a little bit of salad dressing is the guy that's eating all the junk food. Did you see him rant about that? I saw that and I was like, yeah, that feels right. But I did. I've never actually, believe it or not, I've never tried that brand of salad dressing. It's true. So it's a someday goal. That reminds me, I wonder what job his fiance has now. That's true. For those of you who don't know, people keep asking what his fiance does for a living, and he's not going to tell us. She is very gracious, she's very quiet, she's adorable. She's the cutest thing you've ever seen. But she will answer questions that are directed to her, like he'll flip the camera and be like, hey, and he only calls her by her nickname, so we don't know her name, and we don't know what she does for work, because he doesn't want people to know what she does for work. And so now people ask every time he does a Q&A box, what does your fiance do for work? And he comes up with completely ridiculous answers every single time now. And so now it's a game, which is hilarious. Oh no. Yeah, play with the ball, Gracie. That's a good one. Yes. She has a ball that doesn't squeak and a toy that does. And she's staring at her reflection in the door. Come here, baby. We can play with the ball. Let's see if mommy can multitask. Well, not if you don't give it to me. And she won't even give me the ball. She just wants to chew on it next to me because I'm sitting on the rug. Y'all, I wanted one that cuddled with me and loved me, and I got this. Oh, man. I think there's some kind of motor in there that's an exhaust valve. Okay. Oh, that really stinks. Oh, gosh. 3 of the 4 people in my household did some kind of workout on Sunday. Wow. Lissa, that's awesome, too. I'm too much of a perfectionist to be bullet journaling. I'm struggling enough with my planner. Yep. My bujo is always way more functional and pretty. That's a good way to do it. I mean, I wanted to make it pretty, but I just can't make things pretty on paper. I try so hard and I can't do it. That's why I like stickers so much, I think, because it kind of makes things pretty for me, you know? Have you ever done a vision board? I have. I've never done like, I've dabbled with it. I've never done like an official one. I did put together something that resembles like a digital vision board this year, where I just went on PicMonkey and picked like their collage feature, and it had a bunch of grids in it, and I picked different pictures and threw them in there. Like some were actually my pictures, some were just stock photos of things that I wanted in my vision. Some were words and neon lights and things like that. And I created a digital vision board that for a period of time I had as my backdrop, but it was really hard to see the files and stuff on my backdrop. So I changed it to one of those like dynamic Apple backdrops or whatever. But I do technically have a 2021 digital vision board, but I've never really gotten into, again, I'm too much of the, like, I can't find the right words and the right magazines and the right, all those things. So I've attempted a vision board, but I've never actually done one that I was proud enough of or inspired enough by to like hang on my wall somewhere. I've never done that. I've tried. I'm a functional planner, but I still like the lines to be straight, and I like a pop of color, which is why I'm loving the EC planner. His fiance is so cute. She's got to be doing a job that is very calm. She's probably a therapist. You know, that actually would feel right. Not like we know her very well, but she's just so happy and calm and just, yeah, I could totally see her be, like, I wouldn't be surprised if I went to therapy and there she was, you know? That makes a lot of sense. Or she does something completely and totally outrageous that we wouldn't expect her to do, you know? That's cool, a digital vision board. Yeah, I can't remember where I got that idea, but I thought it was a great idea, so I went for it. And it's pretty, like it's a very pretty thing for me to be looking at. Massage therapy, oh yeah. That would be legit too. And I'm sure the reason he's not telling us is because he doesn't want people to go and find her. Like, it's totally a safety and privacy thing, which is totally fine. But it has turned into a very, very fun game to watch on the internet. Jordan does a lot of those. Like, things just start, like the day that he was ranting about cardio, and it just turned into a big thing, and everything was cardio. And I don't even remember what started it, but like everything turns into a thing with him, which is totally fine. Totally fine. It's one of the reasons I enjoy following him. Yes, desk chair cardio. He's ridiculous, but he brings joy to my Instagram feed. And I only follow people that bring joy to my Instagram feed and regularly watch stories and things like that. You know, I'm no longer in the business of following people to follow people. Like, even if it's like a celebrity I really enjoy, if they're not posting content if they're A, not posting content, or B, not posting content that brings me a positive reaction, I unfollow them. I'm like, I can always find you again later. It's fine. And my feed is a much happier place to be because of it. And I don't really want to know, because then the fun of random crazy jobs will end. It's true. Yeah, it's a fun game. And it's interesting to see what kind of crazy things he comes up with, because it's very entertaining. Jordan Syatt, worth following, my friends, if you're not following him already. Oh, man. What else do we have, my friends? Anything else you want to talk about, pick my mind about, ask world's most random question? Because I've just been trucking along, and it's the new year, and it is a good thing. That's been my focus this week. It is yesterday I woke up and I was like, okay, the holidays are done. It is time to, no excuses. Because, of course, the first happened on a Friday. So then you had the weekend. And so you're like, do you really start all the work with your goals? And especially for the people who are like the healthy eating crew and all that jazz, they're like, do you start on the first, or do you actually start on Monday? You know? And I'm mostly I was like, I'm paying attention, but really I'm starting on Monday, because Monday starts are my favorite. They just are. And Like, I'm the person, I go out of my way to find calendars that start on Mondays. You start on Monday, the 28th. Yeah, that's fair too. The Moxie Life Planner did in fact start on Monday, the 28th. So I had some things written down in there. I had some weekly goals for that week, and it was true. I eased my way into last week. I love it. I love it. That's the way to do it. Good, good. But I woke up yesterday morning and I was like, and of course it was our anniversary, but I'm like, it was just a work day for us. My husband came to bed at like 12:30 in the morning. That's how hard he worked. So it was a good thing we'd celebrated on Sunday instead of yesterday. We took a picture. That's about it. And we ate dinner together because I cooked. So we had a nice, lean, healthy dinner, and I tracked all the things, and I started planning and all the stuff, and I was like, all right, we're in. There's no more holidays to use as excuses or anything like that. And it's felt good. I enjoy just being back to the grind. Does anybody else get a sense of relief after the holiday season? I know there's the different seasonal depression, the holidays are over. Oh no, there's nothing to look forward to. But I also am like, whew, okay, we can return back to normal now. Happy day. Or is that just me? I'm all about going back to the normal routine. I thought about starting my planner on the 4th, but I wanted to move into my planner. I'm kind of over celebrity Instagrams. They're just out of touch with what's going on in the real world, so tone deaf. It's true. And for a time, I followed a lot of celebrities that I liked as actors or as whatever. And over time, I have unfollowed them all because either they don't post or they just don't post anything worth watching or, and it's fine. I don't even know if you, do you consider people like Jordan Syatt a celebrity? Celebrity level influencer types are more who I'm interested in following than actual celebrities, I don't want to take the decorations down. I'm sitting by Christmas lights. I love Christmas lights. Oh my gosh, I love them. I used to have this one string of Christmas lights. I think they're dead now, unfortunately, but it was the good, legitimate, old school creamy white lights. You know what I mean? Not the stark white lights that people think are cool now, but the classic white Christmas tree light. We had one strand, and in our apartment in North Carolina, there was actually space up at the top of our cabinets, and we strung up that string of lights on top of the cabinet so I could plug it in, and at night the cabinets would glow. Just a real nice up top, real nice Christmas tree light white glow. And instead of if I needed to go in there for a cup of tea or something, I would just leave those lights on, and it just made everything in that apartment so nice and so comfortable. It was wonderful. So I get it. Sitting by Christmas tree lights, I love that. We have all of the Christmas decorations down now, which is fine. Total reset. Wanted to get it done before Kristen went home, and so there's no more Christmas. But again, it's okay, it's over. Let's go. I'm totally happy that the amount of treats in this place is dwindling. Us too. We're wow, we're slowly but surely getting rid of all the food that we needed to get rid of. I took my Christmas decorations down on December 25th. Oh my goodness. And technically, tomorrow is Epiphany. So technically, tomorrow Christmas ends. I'm thrilled the holidays are over. I found it very stressful this year. Yeah, I don't know. It was both stressful, yet also didn't really feel like the holidays to me. And which it was crazy chaotic, and then you put COVID and everything on top of it, and it's just didn't feel like it. So next year I'm hoping to be able to curate more of a holiday feel, but I'm glad it happened. I loved it. I'm glad it's over. I was relieved when it was done, but haven't had the heart to pack up Christmas yet. I have a 3-year-old grandson that will be devastated. Oh no. Yeah, I guess I should ask my sister. I don't know if they've taken down Christmas yet, but I know Alice has an elf on the shelf. She got one this year, and she said goodbye to Holly and see you next year. And so she understands that it's all done, but I didn't actually check to see if the decorations got taken down or not. I miss the lights, but also really like some of the changes I've made to my room. Our tree went down Jan 1. Put the straggling decor away today. 1 goal down. Way to go. Awesome. That's a good January goal. That's a really good January goal, actually. I had only a couple days to get things set up for New Year, so I got an early start. Okay. It was a crazy kind of holiday. Missed some people, but it was the most relaxing time. That's good. Yeah. And I mean, for some of it, it was pretty relaxing. Now that I'm thinking about it, it was pretty relaxing here too. There wasn't too much, we have to do all these things and go to all these parties and see all these people and all these, like, it was just real chill, which is great. I did not feel right being around family and friends. It's true. We were very careful, very well vetted, all that jazz. But you're right. For some, I'm just like, oh, I got to see my family. And I know many people did not. It was a hard holiday season. I keep the lights up in my apartment all year. I call them fairy lights, so soothing and pretty. Yes. I need to... I haven't figured out how to implement something like that in our current home. Like, I could do something, I think, in my office, maybe, but I'm not in my office in the evening, you know? So it wouldn't do me any good to have a really cute fairy light setup in my office if I'm spending the evening downstairs. But I can't figure out how to implement that sort of glowy stuff into the downstairs. But I love that. Like I said, that's the exact vibe that one string of Christmas tree lights gave me in our apartment in North Carolina, and I loved it. It made me so happy. I plugged them in every single night because it just made me so happy. Oh, man. I think for next Christmas, I will plan ahead a date to put things up and take them down. It's a good call. I have a pack of smart string lights, and I need to add somehow. We just got one of the strings of the Hue lights, the Philips Hue lights. They have the bulbs that we use, but they also have the string. We have one of those strings now. I have no idea. It's probably going to end up in the loft. Actually, that's probably where it's going to go. If I had to have my guess, that's where that string of lights is going to go. I may put some lights up in my room in the future, something a bit lighter, more subtle than what I had. Do it where you watch TV at night. Well, that's what I would want to do, but I can't figure out how to make it work. I'm picturing my home, and like we have this, you guys remember, I don't know if you remember, but in my like house tour video, we have the TV mounted over the fireplace, and then there's these 4 giant empty spaces surrounding, like that's the wall. So it's like 4 shelves, but they're humongous. I can't figure out how to do it in like a pretty way, you know? And now I'm thinking about it, I should have gone to after Christmas sales and gotten myself a new set of new string of white lights. I didn't even think about that. That didn't even cross my mind. You can put them in a vase. That's true. I could do that. Like come up with some sort of, or like a lantern. That could be pretty too. Like a fairy lantern. And then just turn that on at night. That might be nice. Maybe I'll have to come up with something like that when we get home. Could you do rope lighting off in the loft on the railing? Ooh, on the railing. That could be interesting. Good. All right, I'm brainstorming. We got a couple months to think about it, but I would really love to just have like a little something. You know? But can't make it too girly feeling either. The funniest elf on the shelf I saw was hung on a ceiling, the ceiling set on high speed. Excellent. I'm waiting for a warranty replacement Hue bulb. One of mine isn't working properly. Oh no, that's not good because those are expensive. I like that. The fairy lights in a vase. Now I'm thinking about it. And of course I can't do anything about it right now, but that's all right. Something for the future. That can be a spring project of mine, is figure out how to get fairy lights in my house in some way that I can enjoy them without annoying the heck out of my husband. Because that's one of my favorite things during the Christmas season. Oh no. Well, you can come here. It's okay. Come here. Okay. She has her little, no. She won't play with me. She thinks she wants to play with me and then changes her mind. During the Christmas season, we had our big Christmas tree upstairs, but we had my little, it is so old, I got it my junior year of college, little 4-foot, maybe even 3-foot Christmas tree with the classic white lights, and we put that downstairs right next to the fireplace. It's not small enough to fit in the hole, so it just kind of sat by the back door, but I turned that thing on every day because it's exactly that. It added that glow to the room that I watch TV in the evening. And it was wonderful. And I loved that. And I was very sad when I had to put that away last year. And having one bright white bulb when your lights are supposed to be set to relax isn't fun. Oh no. Oh no. I am a firm believer in warm lights, warm, soft lights in the evening. And the hue bulbs, while they seemed frivolous at the beginning when we bought them, we're like, oh, this is just totally fun. It became the most practical thing for us to have in our house. And I love the way we can control more than just the color of the lights, but the temperature of the lights based on time of day. It has been so helpful to be able to dim the lights and do all that, which is, oh, I love them. I love the hue bulbs so much. We'll never go back. They're so good. I have some Scentsy warmers that have bulbs and make a pretty glow. I'd like to change the scents for the season. Gracie, can you not squeak, honey? Oh my gosh. I feel like I'd break something if I tried to show you guys, but she's right over here trying to, no, Gracie, come here. I call her and she runs away. She's such a little stinker. Anybody want a dog? I need an upgrade. She's such a stinker. Oh my gosh. Shoot, what was I saying? I have a Scentsy warmer in my room sitting on top of the laundry bin. Thank Marie. What, you want her? You want to take her? But there's no place for me to plug it in. It's there as decoration, but the plug can't actually reach an outlet, so I can't actually use it. But I would in the bedroom because it does. You're right. It emits a really nice little glow, which is the same sort of warm, soothing light. I'm in the mood for some warm, soothing light. I say as I have this obnoxious, brightly white ring light glaring at me, which is total stark contrast to my phone because I have a setting. Did you guys know that there's a night shift setting on your phone? At least if you have an iPhone, where you can set a time where the light warms up to try and minimize blue light exposure. So I'm very, very warm what I'm looking at right now. You guys can't see the very, very warm, but my screen is very, very warm and I'm glaring at very, very cool light. Ooh. It's an interesting thing to behold, let me tell you. When they work, I love using the lights during the day. I think I would like the hue lights. Need to buy. They are magnificent. I've talked about them time and time and time again, and they are not cheap, but they are so fun to use and practical to use. My lights come on during the day. At sunset, they come on their own. I can set them to shut off on their own. When it's time to get ready for bed, my bedroom flips into relax mode and dims the lights and keeps them nice and warm so you don't have the bright blue light anymore. But it's a really nice, relaxing level of lighting as opposed to like the reading level of lighting. They're wonderful. And then of course there's like the fun colors that you can do with them. So like my husband has like a Panther setting. So he has a red and green light on the loft upstairs whenever he's watching a hockey game. So we can goof around with lights like that too. But ultimately Jennifer, I want one of those. Every time I see one of those, like in action, there's one at my facialist studio. And every time I see a salt lamp, I keep going, I need to get one of those because I feel like the glow is so perfect and so relaxing. Maybe that's what I need to get out in the living room for the evening or the bedroom. And I don't even know, aren't they supposed to have like benefits too? I don't even know, but I know salt lamps are supposedly supposed to do things, but they're also just really pretty. And it's one of those things, I should write that down because I have 2 running wish lists in my planner this year. I have like bigger wish list items, just like, things that I would like I put a Theragun on there and it's on my running list of like things that have crossed my mind that I would like to get. And then I have one that's like under $50, like the littler things, like a dry brush. What is the other thing I put on there? Barack Obama's audiobook. And that would be a good thing for me to add to that list because it's not a huge thing, but it's still a really cool thing to put on a wish list. I want a Himalayan pink salt lamp. Yeah, aren't they all Himalayan pink salt? Just for sun, I made a light setting based on my logo. Oh, nice. That would be a pretty light setting. It's in my room, so it cleans the air. And do you notice a difference, Jennifer? Like, honestly, I'd be very curious to know because clean air is always a nice thing. But that glow, that's what I want. That's exactly what I want. It's not even a goal I wrote down, but like, I'm really into the idea of a much more chill vibe this year. You know? Just relax. Zen. Oh, what's the word? What's the word? It was in a Christmas movie I watched just the other day. Of course, now my mother-in-law and I are watching the Hallmark Christmas movies. Oh, it wasn't even in the Christmas one. It was in the New Year's one. We watched, what's it called? Take a Shot at Love on the Hallmark Channel the other day, on Saturday, because my husband found out about it on Twitter because it was a hockey-related Hallmark movie. And he sent it to me and said, hey, we should watch this because it has a romance movie for me and it has hockey for him. And it turns out that it also starred an actress who I really enjoy following, Alexa Penavega. And I love Carlos and Alexa. They got married the exact same day that we did, 1414. And they're a good Christian couple, and I just really like following them. And she was in this movie, and it was so nice. And this character was into hygge, the whole Danish comfort, warmth thing. And I think that's one of the vibes I'm trying to cultivate this year, and I didn't even know I was trying to. But it feels right, doesn't it? Dry brushing is something that I never think about until it happens to me. And it's something that Sunny, my facialist, does whenever we're at a facial. Like, while my mask is on, she will dry brush. There are supposedly, I haven't researched into it much, but I know there are supposed to be benefits to dry brushing, like lymphatic drainage and all that stuff. And it's literally one of those stiff bristle brushes that you use to dry brush your skin. It is kind of itchy and kind of rough feeling, but you're basically exfoliating and trying to like move things along. I don't know. It's supposed to have dramatic health benefits, or maybe not dramatic. Dramatic is the wrong word, but it's supposed to have health benefits of some kind. And there's like a direction that you're supposed to go. I can't remember if it's towards the center of your body or away from the center of your body. But it's a thing. Dry brushing is a thing, and all you need to do it is a little bit of know-how and a dry brush. That's all you need, and you can get them for a couple dollars, maybe less than $10 at Target, you know? And it's just one of those things that, like, it would be adding a small but substantial element to a self-care routine, which, I mean, who doesn't need a little bit more of that, right? Let's see. No, that's good to know because I wanted to know if it would be legit from Walmart. No, that's great. If you can find it at Walmart and it works well, more power to you, man. That's awesome. I definitely want somewhat of a hygge vibe in my room. Yeah, totally. Me too. I have a Himalayan salt lamp in every room. I have one in a wire canister filled with pink salt rocks. So beautiful. You should Google. There's so many styles. Yes, and it cleans the air. I want one. I want multiple. I want one in my office. I want one in the bedroom. Yes. It's just, it's like the dry brush. I don't think about it until I see it, and then I go, I need to have that. Let's all get one. Hey, man, I'm here for it. I'm totally here for it. If the community thing is that everybody gets a Himalayan salt lamp, and I mean, okay, let's do a real quick Google here. Actually, let's do better than Google. Let's go to Amazon. Salt lamp. Oh, look. There they are in all of their beautiful, warm, glowing glory. $15, $25, $25, $18, $12, $30. So you can keep on going. There's one that's 50, there's one that's 40, but like they're all right there. Oh, there's one with a color changing remote control. I don't even need something that fancy. I just want the pretty rock. But yes, Amazon does have a ton of them. Like a ton of, and they all change colors. I feel like the changing color ones would be less exciting. I just want that warm glow. Interesting. Now we are shopping together. We sure are. How many people, raise your hands, how many people just went to Amazon? Because I sure did. So much for no spend January. Good point. I can't get it till February. Which is fine. I can't get it until I go home anyway. There's no well, there would be a point to me having it here, but not really. It's fine. So I'll wait until I get home and can actually thoughtfully curate a little bit of hygge in my spaces. And but yeah, so remind me, guys, in a couple of months when I go. I can't remember what kind of things I wanted to obtain when I got home. Someone remind me that a salt lamp is one of the things that I wanted, because I'll forget by then. I'm sure of it. Sarah's raising her hand. I love it. Ooh, there's a pretty one that looks like a rose, which is perfect. Oh, interesting. I like just my warm glow. Yeah, I don't need one that changes color. I got Hue Lights bulbs for that. I don't need one that changes color. I like the authentic glow of the salt lamps. We really get into random conversations on here, don't we? I'm a breast cancer survivor and have mild lymphedema in my arms from lymph node removal. I literally just got a newsletter from my hospital about dry brushing. Yeah, it's supposed to help with lymphatic drainage, and like get the things cycling and all that jazz. Like I said, I've never looked into it. I know, oh gosh, I don't even know if she has a full video about it, so I might make a liar out of myself. But Rachel Talbot, who used to put out videos a lot more frequently than she does now, but she has a lot of like DIY at-home spa day type stuff, and I think she did a video on dry brushing. I could be wrong, but I think she did. But I need to research some of that, because what could it hurt? It can't hurt. It can't hurt to do. And if it's a little something that makes you feel a little bit better about yourself, it does feel nice. Like there's an after feeling, like after Sunny does it to me, like I feel good. Like I'm like, oh, my skin is soft, and I feel the pressure and everything was very, very nice. It's like a little mini massage that had bonus exfoliation. So yeah, that could be something that we as a community learn as well. Dry brushing could be a new hobby. I feel like my thing just vibrated. No, it did not. Okay. Could we get a group discount? Do you have a referral link? Guys, if you give me a second, I can give you a link to click on. I didn't even think about that. Thank you for asking. But whenever, I do have links to Amazon stuff, and if you click on one of my Amazon links and you end up buying something, I'll get credit for your purchase. What am I looking for? Salt lamp. Hold, please. Here we go. Work. Or it could not work. Wouldn't that figure? Hold, please. See, this is what I get for trying to use Safari. Believe it or not, Safari, I don't think works as well on my Mac computer as Chrome does. Anybody else? Is anybody else an avid Chrome user, even though you're on a... Here you go, friends. That's a referral link just to the landing page for Himalayan salt lamps if you want them. Thanks in advance if you click on it and decide to buy something for yourself. The pinkish color one is one of my favorite rose colors. I don't know where the woman symbol came from. Yeah, sometimes it just randomly adds, like if it doesn't have the right emoji or something, I don't know. That's a way not to spend. If you forget, then it's not important. It's true, but then it's one of those things that, like, I keep remembering that there's something I wanted to add to my list. And like, I go through this cycle of remembering and then forgetting and then remembering again. And I just realized I am 3 minutes over. Let me finish up reading my comments here. Does anyone know of a good brand on Amazon for a diffuser? A good one, but not super expensive. I don't know of a specific brand. I know that there's one that my facialist uses that is also a sound machine that's kind of nice, and it was like $25. I can't remember what the brand is, though, unfortunately. You not having any use for it in Florida is why I'm not sending your Christmas present until the spring. Fair enough. I have a pink Himalayan rock votive candle holder. Oh, all the things. I'm just going to end up going down a rabbit hole, y'all. We're going to have hygge-filled salt rooms is what we're going to end up with. All of us are going to just be obsessed with the salt lamps. They're very pretty. They're very pretty. Anyway, my friends, I think that's about all we have time for today. We can end on the happy note of Himalayan salt lamps. Thank you for hanging out with me today. This was fun. This is a lot of fun, and I'm so glad that we were able to bring in the new year together. This was great. I'm excited to see what 2021 holds for all of us. I'm very excited to launch coaching. I'm very excited to create content for you guys. I'm very excited to keep the community growing and talking and relating and engaging. And it'll be really, really good. I'm very excited. I'm so excited to send it to you. I might have to make you open it on a live because it's awesome. Oh no. Should I be worried, Lisa? Should I be worried? Also for shoppers, download the Honeycomb extension. I saved $40 this week using it. Can you use it with Rakuten? Because I use Rakuten, which is also stellar way to just get some money back for doing what you were gonna do anyway. I freaking love that thing. I actually think I might have a link for it down below. I might not have changed it. It might still say Ebates and be a completely irrelevant referral link. I don't know. Good vibes only. Love it, love it. Don't think so. It's something pretty great. Oh, awesome. I'll have that to look forward to. Have a good week. All right, my friends, I'm going to sign off. This was so much fun. Thanks for hanging out, and I will talk to you all later.